Hello, it's Masha Hammerling again. I'm back hours ago, and this is the second part. During the first part, what we were able to do, we uh, had glued the these soldo birds onto the branch that I painted. We handwritten these words with the gel pen and the paintbrush. And while during this break, the only thing I did is I erased pencil lines from underneath these words, and I added pencil like lines for the branches that will go and fill up the space between the birds. So this is again DIY about that I dedicated to the Father's Day gift. I'm making this actually for my husband, and because we are Christians, I put Bible verse: "The righteous man walks in his integrity, and his children are blessed after him." And isn't it true that the way man um, conducts himself and leads his family is very important, and his children are watching him and they are following his direction, they are following his lead, and they are always watching, they are always noticing examples that are in front of their eyes. So my husband is a blessing. He's a great example to our children. So I want to encourage him. It's been a tough month for him. So I would like to encourage him during this Father's Day and gift him with this handmade gift. So this is the wooden board, which is about 24 inches in length and about, let's see, I think it was 6 inches across, like in a width. I mean, um, yeah, lengthwise, and width is 6. So I decided to arrange the birds that are made out of salt dough and already was baked previously. Actually, a very long time ago, they were baked. So I rolled out the salt dough. I imprinted some texture on each a bird. I cut them out, half a circle for the body, circle for the face, quarter of a circle for the wings, and little triangles for the beaks and tails. And then I painted with brown acrylic paint, and the bird is still gonna undergo another transformation, but it will be after everything is done. So what is left to left to do? I will paint branches and leaves, and add a branch and a leaf over here above the Proverbs. I also will paint, I'm guessing with the green paint, the around the board, give it like a line so it will bring everything together in like in one composition. The frame, sort of a frame on the edges, on the borders of this board, will be a combining element for all of these little, lines and words and birds as uh, their own individual spots. And I also at the end over here added I had a piece of wooden branch that was cut on angle. I don't know if you can see. And this wooden branch piece kind of looked like going to be a great addition to this composition. So why don't we start? And also, I don't know if I told you that I hot glue the birds and the wooden branch, and the rest will be painted. For the branches, I will continue the same color. I will use the same color as the main branch, and it's a brown, nutmeg brown, and I truly like avocado color. for the green. So that would be the leaves. I'm sorry, for the branch I also added the blue color to make them a little bit on the cooler side of brown, because birds have a nutmeg brown color on their bodies. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to paint branches. Kind of want to fill up the space between the birds and make it a little bit more interesting. Okay, now this one. Okay, I need to. Sometimes the angle that you're working on is very important to make correct lines. Okay, I need to, the board is very long, so I need to move it. I'm sorry if my camera is shaking, but I need to move it around to get to the right spot at the right angle. And it's easier to start with the wider side of the branch and slowly lift up the paintbrush off of the surface of the board, and by lifting it slowly up, you kind of leaving narrow trace, narrow mark that is look like the branch is getting slimmer at the edge. And I will put another branch over here over the word Proverbs. Just kind of make it visually. Okay, let me see. I need to find perfect angle. I might end up doing it in 2 sessions. I'm sorry, in 2 tries. And as you notice, probably I'm holding my hand with my pinky above the surface of the board. It's like my a special tool that holds my hand at the right angle, at the right distance from the board, so that my hand wouldn't, I would never try to do like any painting with, especially on this hard surface like a canvas or board, without fixing my hand. And my pinky works very well as it like a lever. I hope you're also noticing that once in a while I stop breathing, because when you breathe in, you happen to, your hand shakes, and when you talk, when you sing, so you need to be very calm and very peaceful when you do fine art job. And that's why doing art is very creates like a calming effect on your mind, your brain, because your heart rate slows down, your breathing normalizes, and it becomes very slow and very rare. Like I sometimes even stop breathing, I hold my breath in order to do some fine parts. So let's go back to the first bottom branch over here. And what, oops, I'm trying to figure out again I'm trying to make sure you can see and make sure that I can, sorry for that, that I can paint at that certain angle. Now I'm looking for, I will be working with this avocado green, and I'm looking for a paintbrush that is going to do very good strokes. I need to make strokes, and what I mean by that, let me show you. Okay, so strokes are the guys that look like this. And why is it called strokes? Because you're not coming back and redoing it. Like if you notice what I was doing with the branches, in few tries I will make a branch. With strokes, you just have one try, and that's it, and that's a stroke. So I will use this technique, stroke technique, to make leaves on these branches. And let's do it. I'm thinking to make this guy a little bit bigger. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's move this. And I am still thinking if I want to add another line on the top. I kind of like it only one line of strokes that look like leaves. Okay, let's see, maybe this will make a little bit bigger. Okay. So the paint brushes that are round but have pointy top are the best for the stroke technique. And sometimes, as you see, you improvise as you go. I was thinking I will make leaves on both sides of the branches, but I like it more only on one side. Okay, so the biggest leaf will be closer to the base of the branch. And they, as closer they get to the tip, to the end of the branch, they get smaller and smaller. Okay, and I'm using this avocado green that is the same color that I used for the words that I painted with the paintbrush. Okay, and now I will, there's one line over here. Okay, so this branch, okay. Okay, and one more. All right, now I will go and paint this branch, the leaves on this branch. Now I need to take a moment here and think how I want to lay these leaves out, because you see the leaves over here, right? They kind of go underneath. And now I need to figure out how I want to do the leaves over here on this part. So give me a second. Okay. I will put them over here right above the word Proverbs. Okay. I'm sorry if I don't talk once in a while. It happens when you paint very dainty parts of your art piece. You end up just being a little bit silent for a moment or two, just in order to make sure that you're doing a good job. So let me finish up over here. Okay. All right. Well, my board is coming to the end, and maybe I'm thinking I will add the little part over here. Just feels like, and maybe another one. One happy leaf. Again, I would like to remind you, my name is Masha. I'm from Paper, Paint and Palette Inspirational Online Art Studio. Yeah, I think I like this better like that. And I create different free art tutorials that I post every week. I also do sort of like different series about color, about different techniques in art. I tied it up with Christian faith because I believe that is very important part in my life, and I know that God created this world, and this world is very beautiful, and I learn a lot from the nature, and I learn a lot from the creator of this world. So I want to talk about that. And this Father's Day art tutorial is also a fun way to show my faith. And here you go. This is almost ready. The only thing I need to do, as I mentioned before, I would like to add a green line over here for the border to kind of bring all the ingredients, all these little elements of my art piece together. And I will use the same green, avocado green. So let me get more. And I will use this paintbrush that I used. Oh, maybe no. Now I'm thinking I will use probably a flat, one of my flat paint brushes. That would be much easier. Flat paintbrush. Okay, I need to erase a couple of lines over there. All right. Okay, so if you would like to check out my other tutorials and art lessons, I have them all posted on my website, which is www.paperpaintandpalette.com, and palette spelled with one L and two T's. And now give me a second, and I will figure out how I want to lay my board. There's several ways to do it. Make it whole, everything, the whole border, green, but I think it will be too much. I can go with this part to be green, or I can go with this part to be green, which is top part of the border, and I think that's what I want to do, just like this. I think that would be the best in my situation. Let me put more light into this spot so that you can see what I'm doing and I can see what I'm doing. Okay. Now, if you like what I created, please like this video, subscribe for my channel, comment, share, and I would love to see your opinions on what I made for my husband. And I'm trying to talk and I'm trying to paint at the same time. Now this part is also kind of dainty, even though it's a, sort of like a straight line. This line curves, it goes on angle, and it's a straight line. So that line's supposed to remain straight. You don't want a wiggly line that goes overboard, right, and goes in the wrong direction and sloppy. You don't want that. That's going to ruin your art piece. I'm painting this edge now. And because it's wood is porous, it soaks up my paint like crazy. And I did not prime this wood. I just decided to paint straight on the wood and just make the rustic part, a rustic piece of art. And you know what? I think it's okay. I think it's totally fine. I just need to use several layers of a paint in order to cover parts that I want to cover. Okay. And what do you do when you make mistake? Like over here, I went a little bit overboard. You just take a blade, it off, and it's done. It's okay. Now I will proceed to this part and finish up this edge. So my both sides of the board are laying on the table and another laying on a box. So it's stable. I'm not holding it in my hand. Oh, it's gonna be shaky. Reloading my paintbrush. Okay. And I need to redo this part very quickly. Okay. Now and right now I'm working only on this top part of the frame, and I will add and work on the bottom part of this frame when I'm done with the top part. Okay. Don't make your paint, if you're working with acrylic paint, don't mix it up with water. Use an acrylic medium to liquidify your paint, watercolor. I'm sorry, the acrylic paint, because we live in California and it dries like crazy fast. You don't want that. Couple of times I went overboard, but I'll fix it in a moment. So I want you to feel good. If you're going overboard, don't worry. I've been doing art and professionally doing art for 35 years, and I'm still making mistakes, as you can see. So it's all good. I'm just in a second right over here. We'll use my, where did I put that blade? So if you are an adult, you can use a blade to fix everything. If you're a child, a teenager, ask an adult. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me proceed to this other end of the board. I will be painting. Oh, sorry for shaking the camera. I will be painting this side now. Got some bad part over here. Need to take it off. Again, wooden fibers are soaking up all of my paint, so I have to reload my paint brush very often. And that's okay. Don't try to put too much paint on the paintbrush because you're gonna end up making a lot of mistakes, and it will run into the place you don't want it to run, and it will just gonna be a big blob of color. It's okay to reload several times. Don't get lazy on that. Okay. Okay. And now let's do this part. Okay, let's continue on this side. So this is definitely not a 5-minute gift idea, DIY idea for the Father's Day gift. It's definitely at least an hour worth of artwork. But you know what? It's just, you're gonna spend the same amount of time on shopping. So why don't you just, use something that you make with your hands. And when you have that right angle, right amount of paint, and you're holding your paintbrush correctly, it just gives you perfect results. And you don't want to even stop. You just want to keep making it, keep doing it. Okay. Almost done. I'm coming to the end. Okay. All right. So I have a couple of things to fix over here. Scrape some paint off. When it's wet, it takes the blade takes the paint right off, so that's not a problem. Okay, so let me move the camera far enough so you can see. Okay, let me see. Sorry for that. Let me see if I can shoot the right. Yeah. Okay, guys, I was so happy to make this art piece with you. I was so happy to introduce you to this decorative technique of painting on wooden board using salt dough, using different painting techniques like outlining and a stroke technique. And I hope you enjoyed it. Please visit my website for more videos. It's www.paperpaintandpalette.com. You can also find me on Facebook at Paper Paint and Palette. I also on Instagram. Also as Masha Hammerling or Paper Paint and Palette. And may God bless you. Have a fabulous day, fabulous week, and may your Father's Day will be special. And God bless all our fathers who work hard, who love us, and who are a great examples in our lives, and all our husbands, and our families, our children. We are all blessed by their example, by their hard work. So, wishing you the best. Have a great Father's Day, and I'll see you in a week for some other tutorials. Also, tomorrow I will post on Facebook and on YouTube one of the last lessons on exploring color world. I will be talking about complementary colors tomorrow, so you can check it out as well. I'll be live on YouTube right here on my channel, and I will be doing it live and on my Facebook at Masha Hammerling or Paper Paint and Palette. You will find me there. And have a fabulous day, guys. See you. Bye.